Tape produced by Mohr Corporation, Detroit, Michigan. M-O-H-R is the spelling. The machine in view is a powder blender. We understand it's manufactured by De Laval. At the time of making this tape, we're still checking some of the manufacturer's data and trying to find additional information that will be provided in this film. There are two machines, M6333 and M6334 are the inventory numbers. These are powder blenders mounted on the fabricated metal stands that you see, with the drive motors and gear reducers mounted on the side. The blender chamber itself is made of stainless steel, and you can see in this videotape that there is a discharge gate on the bottom which is actuated by an air cylinder, and the air cylinder is controlled by a manual valve located on the left where these men are working right now. The opposite side of this blender, you can see another access door for loading material or discharging, which is held by the three manually operated hand threaded knurled nuts that are on the end. But we're looking at the second blender with half of the shell removed. You can see that there's a shaft across the center of the blender. That shaft does not move and can be cut out of the blender. It does not need to be there, and we're prepared to remove it for anyone who wants a straight conical blender without the shaft going through the center. The purpose for the shaft was to allow a position on which to secure some type of grate. You can see the grate that was secured and the other half of that particular blender's shell. A close-up of the bar itself, and we can cut it off at both ends, allowing this to be a straight conical blender with no difficulty at all. Blenders have an air vibrator mounted at the discharge end of the blender. This is a view which will show the cylinder that actuates the discharge gate and shows the air vibrator right center in the screen at this moment. It's a view of the second blender showing the air vibrator and the hydraulic, actually it's an air discharge mechanism, an air cylinder. And you can see that the porting for the air discharge gate is controlled by a valve in the center of the screen at the moment. The air lines which come in this end of the shaft pass through the tapered roller bearing and go through the shaft in the center, which allows the blender to rotate. This item, which is mounted right here, is a rotary type control, which allows the air to pass through instead of it having to rotate as well. You're watching one of the blenders rotating at the moment. Get an idea of the speed of rotation. Of course, this rotation can be changed by a change in the gearbox. It's a fixed speed motor, so this drive speed is what the original manufacturer had intended for this blender when it was originally built. Demonstrate the opening and closing of the discharge gate with the air cylinder, and each time it does, the air vibrator actuates. We can cut that out of the circuit very easily, so the air vibrator does not have to work if you don't want it to be operable during discharge. Just crank down the air compressor, which will enable us to open and close the discharge valve. Because we're running a machine on the other side of the plant, we turned off the air compressor to make this film. So just understand that the cylinder retracts or moves forward in order to be able to open or close the discharge valve. These blenders are available for you to inspect down in Detroit. Give us a call at 313-846-3000. Plan to come down and take a look at them, please. Thank you very much. That ends this brief.